Imagine for a moment if your bank wasn't just, a place where your money sat, or that website you grudgingly log into. What if it was the central hub for your entire financial life? Paying a friend back, settling bills, even applying for a loan, all on your phone. Not just an app for banking, but one that actually becomes part of your digital lifestyle. Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving deep into Alfa, the digital banking lifestyle app from Bank Alfa Limited in Pakistan. And this isn't just another banking app, is it? It's aiming to be a whole ecosystem.
Exactly. And our mission today is to understand how Alpha moves beyond simple transactions. How does it genuinely create this digital lifestyle app? We'll look at the features, the user experience, see how it really tries to transform banking into something, well, intuitive, convenient, and secure, weaving finance into your daily digital life.
That phrase, digital lifestyle app, that's really the core concept, isn't it? It feels like a big shift. It's not just a tool you open when you have to do something with money. It sounds like it wants to be embedded in your routine, making finance less of a chore, more automatic. Is it trying to be less like a bank and more like, I don't know, a personal finance assistant? Maybe even learning your habits.
Well, what's fascinating here is that ambition. It's about redefining the bank-customer relationship through embedded finance. For those familiar with the idea, it's not just loans in an app. It's making the money part almost invisible within something else you're doing. Think about ride-sharing apps, right?
Yes.
The payment just happens. Alpha seems to be aiming for that kind of smoothness. So paying for, say, a new phone feels natural, not like a separate banking task. The bank becomes part of your everyday digital life, almost anticipating your needs.
That kind of deep integration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds powerful. So let's get into the nuts and bolts. What does it actually offer? Starting with the basics, but reimagined account and card management. I mean, forget going to a branch to open an account. With Alpha, you can open a full-fledged bank account, checkbook, debit card, the works right through the app. No branch visits at all. For someone maybe in a remote area or even just busy in a city, how big a deal is that instant digital account opening? What's that signal for financial inclusion in Pakistan?
Oh, it's enormous.
Yeah.
Really. Historically, opening an account could take days. Documents, verification. It was a real barrier, especially for rural populations or people who can't easily travel. Alpha's approach, using things like the digital ID, the CNIC, it doesn't just simplify, it democratizes access.
Right.
Think about a small business owner somewhere. They can get formal credit, secure payments, without losing a whole day's work traveling to a bank. The insight here is the bank isn't just digitizing old processes, it's reimagining its presence digitally, reaching people they couldn't easily reach before. It really expands formal banking's reach.
That's a huge impact. And once you are set up, the control you get over your accounts and cards seems immediate, very granular. Checking balances, statements, transaction details, that's expected. But activating, deactivating, even blocking cards for specific uses, ATMs, online shopping, whatever, right from your phone, that feels like more than just convenience. It sounds like a serious security upgrade.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, that level of control is incredibly empowering. Critically, it builds trust. Card fraud is always a worry, right? So giving users the power to instantly block a card for online use if something looks fishy or only turn it on when they need it, that reduces anxiety massively.
Yeah, you don't have to call someone and wait.
Exactly. You have the control right there in your hand. It reduces friction, increases security, both real and perceived, and makes security a kind of partnership between you and the bank. That's key for adoption.
Okay, so security and control, definitely major wins. But what about the daily grind? Splitting bills, topping up phones, those everyday things. How does Alpha fit into those moments? Let's talk payments and money movement. Instant transfers, you said, not just within Bank Alfa, but to other banks too. And paying utility bills, school fees, and you mentioned setting up standing instructions for automated payments. That sounds like a lifesaver.
It really is.
Set it and forget it for recurring bills. Huge time saver. And mobile top-ups, obviously. QR payments too. Alpha Pay for shopping. It sounds like they've covered almost everything.
It raises an interesting point. How does this comprehensive ecosystem really streamline daily life? Especially in a market like Pakistan that's traditionally been very cash-heavy. It positions the bank less like a vault and more like a central utility, like electricity.
Interesting analogy.
By making all these payments so easy, it encourages a cashless economy, drives digital convenience. Automating bill payments frees up your mental energy, reduces late fees. The strategic thinking, I suspect, is that by becoming the go-to for these everyday microtransactions, Alpha becomes indispensable. It strengthens that core customer relationship.
Calling it a central utility like electricity, that's powerful. But is there a risk of commoditizing the bank? Does Alpha need to do more than just be functional, to be more than just a pipe for money? And speaking of more, Alpha isn't just for day-to-day stuff. It seems to play a role in bigger financial decisions too, financial growth, like loans and financing. You mentioned instant loan approvals directly through the app. How does that work? What data are they using for instant approval? Is it just bank Alpha history or more?
That's a really good question about differentiation, and it leads right into how Alpha builds loyalty. For those instant loans, yes, it's typically a combination, your history with Bank Alpha, your transaction patterns, but also likely integrations with national databases, like the CNIC for identity, and potentially credit bureaus for history checks. The key thing isn't just the speed, though. It's cutting through the old bureaucracy and paperwork that often puts people off formal credit.
Right, the hassle factor.
Exactly. And then there are the installment plans for big purchases, electronics, vehicles, often with that attractive 0% financing. Now, that's not just about making things affordable, it's strategic. It encourages people to use digital credit, maybe people who are wary of interest or used informal loans before. It positions Alpha as helping you achieve lifestyle goals, facilitating major purchases right when you're thinking about them. That really deepens engagement.
That's fascinating, yeah. Thinking about the business model driving behavior. And it's not just spending, right? Savings and investments, too. Managing digital savings accounts, mutual funds, all in the app. And it gives you a complete picture of your net worth, savings, deposits, investments, all in one place. That sounds incredibly useful for planning.
Absolutely. What's really interesting here is how it democratizes access.
Yeah.
Tools like loans or investment management used to be quite involved. Lots of process, maybe needing advisors.
Definitely.
By bringing instant approvals, 0% options, that holistic net worth view straight to your phone, Alpha makes these things much more accessible. It empowers people, especially those who didn't have easy access before. Helps them manage their long-term financial health by giving them the full picture and clear paths to grow. It sort of demystifies wealth management.
And all this, the convenience, the growth, it all has to stand on a foundation of trust, security. So let's talk about the tech that makes Alpha reliable and easy. You mentioned a virtual debit card for online shopping, designed specifically for better security. How exactly does that help? What's the benefit of not using your physical card details online?
Yeah, the virtual card is a really clever security layer. Essentially, it generates a unique, often temporary, card number and CVV just for that online transaction. It acts like a shield for your real card.
Ah.
So you're not giving your actual 16-digit number and code to the merchant. If that merchant site gets hacked later, the virtual number used is probably expired or limited anyway. It's much less useful to fraudsters. It really cuts down the risk from things like skimming, phishing, data breaches, because your main card details are kept separate. Gives you much more control and peace of mind.
That sounds like a genuine game changer for online shopping confidence. And what about other tech features, like contactless tap and pay with your phone, and biometric login fingerprint or Face ID? How do those specifically build trust and encourage people to actually use the app, especially if they're maybe new to digital payments?
Well, connecting back to the bigger picture, these features are just paramount for building trust and driving adoption. Absolutely critical. In a world where everyone's worried about online fraud, things like virtual cards directly tackle those anxieties. Biometrics, meanwhile, offer amazing convenience plus strong security. For many people, using a fingerprint or Face ID feels more secure and personal than typing a password they might forget.
Yeah, definitely feels easier.
And contactless payments, they seem simple, but they speed things up, reduce physical contact, which has become more important. They just make the whole digital experience smoother, safer, and more appealing. It encourages people to jump in.
Okay, so beyond the core stuff and the security, Alpha also has some unique offerings for different needs. A key one you mentioned is offering both digital Islamic and conventional banking on the same platform. That seems huge for inclusivity, letting people choose what aligns with their beliefs. What does offering that kind of flexibility say about meeting diverse needs in one place, especially in a country like Pakistan?
Oh, it raises a really important question about understanding your market, doesn't it? Offering both Islamic and conventional options side by side is a powerful move. Sharia-compliant finance is very important to a large part of the population there. So providing that choice shows a deep respect for diverse financial needs and religious values. It means the app is relevant to more people. It broadens appeal, increases financial inclusion, without making people use different apps or services. It's about meeting users where they are, ethically and financially.
That's a really thoughtful approach to inclusion, and it goes global, too. You can open and manage foreign currency accounts digitally.
Yes, that's another layer of utility.
Plus, the practical stuff like a branch and ATM locator for when you do need something physical. So if you're listening and thinking this sounds pretty good, how easy is it to get started? Sounds like it's quite streamlined. Download the Alpha by Bank Alfala app, usual places, Google Play, Apple App Store. And for new users, the registration seems simple. Use your Bank Alfala details if you have them, or a card, or even just your CNIC, your Pakistani national ID. That CNIC option feels like it really lowers the barrier for people new to banking altogether.
It is.
Existing users just log in with their internet banking details, and then you get a personalized home screen. Easy to find what you use most.
Exactly. And what's fascinating, again, is that focus on easy onboarding, especially the CNIC option. That significantly lowers the barrier to entry. That's crucial for getting more people using digital banking, for driving financial inclusion. Making it simple for someone to sign up, even without a prior bank relationship, removes so much friction. The old hurdles of paperwork, going to a branch, those really held people back, especially in remote areas or those without banking experience. It's a key enabler for widespread digital adoption.
So wrapping this up, what does it all mean? Alpha feels like more than just a bank app. It really is trying to be this comprehensive lifestyle hub. From opening an account without leaving home to instant loans, managing payments, investments, it integrates so much of your financial life into one place. Secure, intuitive, mobile. It's about convenience, control, yeah, but also financial management and real inclusion, all tailored for its market right there in your hand.
And that brings us to maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to consider. An app like Alpha really does illustrate the future of banking, not just in Pakistan, but potentially globally. A future where financial services are woven so deeply into our digital lives that the bank itself almost disappears. It's just there, working seamlessly in the background, making life easier without you constantly thinking, I'm banking now. It's just part of your day. So the provocative question is, what other parts of our daily lives could be transformed like this? By a single powerful digital platform becoming so integrated they're just part of the digital air we breathe.